When it comes to role-playing in D&D, sometimes it's really hard to role-play stats that you don't have in real life. So for example, if you have like a character with really high charisma, the sorcerer or bard or some such thing, and you yourself don't feel able to be, flirtatious or particularly intelligent in social circumstances, manipulative, anything along those lines, sometimes it can feel a little intimidating or that your role-playing might suffer because of your own abilities. And to be honest, you don't really have to worry about that as much as you'd think. Last night I was reading through the Kobold Guide to Roleplaying, which is published by Kobold Press, and inside it there was an article by Ginny D, actually, who was talking about the ways that you can portray high and low charisma. And one thing that she said that I thought was super insightful was the fact that it's not always on you as a player to deal with the outcomes of your checks. Let's use a classic example of trying to seduce someone, right? Maybe you're at a party, your character decides to go up and try and get someone to go home with them in order to get them alone to tell them a secret. Or like kill them or something, I don't know, whatever you're doing. Your PC goes up to the NPC, you start talking, and in reality, maybe you're not that flirtatious, and so you're finding it really hard to like roleplay out how you would actually flirt with this person. But you roll the dice and you get a really high score, like a 21 or 22. At that point, it doesn't entirely matter. Your DM should be the one roleplaying out the positive reaction, because a roll that high would elicit a positive reaction no matter what. So maybe even if your bard comes up and starts like stumbling over their words, or, you yourself can't quite come up with something super fluid to say, so instead you just start talking to the person really nicely. Since you rolled so high on the DM side of things, at least the way I would play it is I would make sure the NPC still has positive reception and they're like, oh my god, like thank you so much. Thank you for being like genuine with me instead of just trying to flirt with me like everyone else. Or something like that to explain the discrepancy between your real life role-playing, what you actually said word for word, and your character's skills. You can do the same in the opposite direction. Maybe you go up to someone and you flirt super well with them, but your character has like a fucking -3 to your persuasion. You roll like shit, and of course, even though you've spat out in real life like the most poetic, like flirtatious, sort of like would knock anyone off their feet type sentence, the DM can still come up and have the NPC be like, oh, sorry, I'm not really interested. I'm just looking to have a good time, and like shut your character down. Basically, don't worry and don't stress super hard about what your actual skills are in real life compared to your characters, because no matter what, the role determines what happens. And roleplay is still a collaborative process, so your DM is going to help you out on their end to make it make sense. I'm still reading through the Kobold Guide to Roleplaying, so I'm going to share more info as I see other things that look cool and useful.